don't know or been living under a rock lately, there were several members from O Block who were kind of affiliated with OTF and Little Durk or whatnot, and they're wrapped up in this RICO case involving the shooting death of FBG Duck. Now, this has caused wide controversy throughout Chicago's hip-hop and drill scene, and a lot of people are paying attention to what's going on in this court case. Now, this court case is starting to make some interesting developments. Like, yesterday, it seems like there was a protective order put in for somebody anonymously. Now, we don't know who it's for, and that's leading a lot of people to speculate, but we'll break down exactly what the document says. And there's also a lot of things in this case that are going to be covered up. The sealed documents. So many sealed documents, it's almost ridiculous. But before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this whole situation with somebody PCing up, man. Somebody in this case got a protective order, you know what I'm saying? They're going into protective custody, and they're involved in this O Block RICO case. Now, there's several members who have been highly publicized in this case, and their names are out there. But the most well-known is Muwop. Muwop is a rapper who's dropped a couple of songs, some really big videos with OTF, right? He's affiliated with King Von and Lil Durk. You can see them being homeboys and stuff like that, even though for all intents and purposes, it seems like Lil Durk has distanced himself from this situation, right? Now, the people who are involved, we've seen their mug shots. We're starting to know their names more, even though some of them, their names are more familiar than others, like C-Murder, Boss Top, C-Thang. Now, Boss Top is not wrapped up in this indictment. Like, you don't see his name in any of the paperwork or anything like that, right? But the names you do see, you start to get an understanding of what's going down, or what allegedly went down according to the government's, case that they're bringing in court. Now, the last development that we got a couple of days ago was one of the guys by the name of Carlos Offred, aka Los Muna. They're trying to pin his car to the drive-by situation, saying that after the situation, he turned the car back in about an hour later, I should say. Now, if you want to know more information about that, check out the last video I did about that. It's a pretty detailed report, man, and we went line by line, right? Now, today, there's a lot of issues because of this protective order that went out yesterday. Now, the U.S. Attorney and the USAA, who's in charge of this case, and they're pretty much running lead for the prosecution, they entered a protective order so somebody can enter protective custody, and the order also states that most of the documents in the discovery are going to be sealed or restricted. And it's not most, it's all of the documents in the discovery and in the case are going to be restricted. You know what I mean? So they can keep people's identity hidden, and it also wants to make sure that there's no third parties, including confidential and non-confidential informants, whose names get out there, if the discovery was ever to be unsealed or something like that. Now, this has everybody in an uproar because immediately, once you hear somebody that's on the defense, one of the co-defendants of Muwop, and we're not even sure if it's Muwop or not, but nobody knows that, and I hate to put that on anybody, so I'm not saying it's Muwop. And I'm not saying it's Los Muna, because nobody knows. I mean, the document for sure says somebody entered a protective order so they could be in protective custody, but eventually you'll find out by who's communicating with the public and who's not. And it's odd that this document is the only document that isn't sealed right now of importance, besides the 11-page document for the arrest warrant and the subpoenas. So right now, I'm pretty sure their team is scrambling, and there's been rumors that Lil Durk is starting to worry. Now, I don't know why Lil Durk would worry, because obviously he's not named in this indictment. And whatever information whoever's given up so that they can go to protective custody or that they can be separated from everyone else, we don't know at this time. I mean, it could be him or the person telling on people and letting it be known like this person did this person did that. It could be other issues like they already got something going on that nobody knows about as far as like how it goes in jail or whatnot. Man, there's so many different variables. But right now, I know everybody is running wild with this, and they're trying to pin it on somebody, and I just say, man, be cautious of that because we don't know. We don't know for sure. Now, eventually, it's going to come out. It's just one of those things, especially with these high-profile hip-hop cases. All that information always comes out, so please stay tuned. But as of now, man, it does look like somebody from that O Block side that PC'd up, man, because we can see the black and whites for ourselves. Now, with that, what do you guys think, man? Do you think that this has any importance on Muwap and them's case, or are they a done deal because of this also, man? First, you had the car situation, and please check that video out. It's a lot of info on that. Then you have this situation where the court audio came out, man. Like, you heard the audio from the court and what was said in court, you know, when I believe it was Los went to court, and that's starting to circulate around. And now you have this situation where somebody's PCing up, even though we don't know what the situation is, and you kind of don't want to jump in front of that and start putting names out there because, man, to be honest, that's a dangerous situation. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like